Oh, I'm good.
Are you here to challenge somebody to Spanish River Park on December 26th?
Yeah, we can do that. You better hope he shoots straight.
As long as I could be the ref, that's all I ask for. I'll get one of the referee shirts, and I'll be the ref you guys need.
You know what the bad part about all this is, man, is I don't care what he says about me. And then he can try and deny it all day long. And, you got Chuck E. Cheese Ranch who's saying, oh, and I get Chuck E. Cheese side of it. He's he's not really playing. I mean, well, he probably is playing both sides. But, you know, the thing is, Jay can say all he wants. But when he goes in there and tells people to do it, and then the bad problem is the person that sent that is evidence of it, of Jay doing it. And then he's going, I talked to you last night on the phone.
Yeah.
And it was so funny after we got off the phone, this other person called me right after that and was talking to me about it and was like, dang, dude. He's like, you know, said, I meant for you to see that. So you knew that he was bullshitting, that he was trying to say it was fake because it's what he does. I said,
So
okay.
they sent you video clips of Jay typing
So,
out.
so you know how whenever like me and you we'll message on Messenger, we'll message. So this guy's typing. He has a phone and he's typing. You can see him typing, recording it
Yeah.
while he's typing, and Jay is typing back. It says Jay Masterson 69, whatever it is, with the green dot, and it says it's typing, and you see it saying it's typing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the message pops up.
Wow.
The one that
So,
I posted yesterday,
you know what?
that was a screenshot of another one that was sent to
I was
me.
gonna say this to you, and this is complete. I'm not defending anybody here, but I was thinking to myself how clever these trolls are about, not just the photoshopping, but stuff like that, like creating videos because they live off the drama, and you know that, and I know that. But I
But
mean,
and you know what? And I thought of that too. But when he's got one phone in his hand recording and he's typing on Instagram, he goes to Instagram and you can see he goes to his message, clicks his message, and it's a message from Jay.
that's different.
So then he opens the message and he starts typing, and Jay's typing back right then, just like that. So there you can't fake
Yeah.
that. That's what pissed me off beyond belief. Like I told Jay, own up and be a fucking man and say it. Yeah, I did it. So what? And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Instead, he wants to, oh, it's all fake because he's a pussy. You know, the bad thing is, I want so badly to release all his mom's information, the pictures of him laying in the hospital with the breathing tubes coming out. And what's the point? What's it gonna do?
Nah, don't stoop to that level, because then you'll just be like another nameless, faceless troll that go after our kids and families.
Yeah,
I,
and that
I
it's the thing. So this
totally.
other one, this other guy sending me stuff like, "Oh, Jay's saying doing this," and I got pictures off my dad's Facebook of me and my dad, and then there's pictures of my wife and kids, or Cheryl, my ex-wife and kids, on there that they distorted their face. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm not going to be able to stop everything.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know Jay said it. I know Jay told him to do it. I know Jay was typing it. Okay. Well, one day he'll meet me face to face, and we're gonna see what he's got to say. And I'm telling you what, it's just I'm to that point. I don't care if I go to jail. I'll go to jail. If we got to do, and somebody sent me a thing saying he's telling his sister, or he has a sister that's a lawyer that's looking. I'm like, I don't even think Jay has a sister. I was like, so I don't care. I
That's
was like,
Big
let
Rob.
him have all the lawyers he wants to look into it. That's fine.
That's Big Rob. My sister's an attorney.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, whatever. I could care less. Do what you got to do. Like I told, when I got off the phone with Jay, and I called Jay, and he answered, and we started talking, and I said, dude, you just never learn. He's like, what are you talking about, Dale? These are all fake. I said, Jay, he opened his message up, and it was a message from you, and he starts typing, and you're typing right back. I said, and it was at 11:30 this morning. I said, so Tell me that wasn't you. You know you can fake that. I said, how are you going to go into take one phone and record your other phone, and you go in and you hit Instagram and you hit message where you sent him a message, and it opens up and it's you telling him this is what we got to do to Dale. And then all of a sudden you start telling him everything, saying, yeah, I want his family exposed, his dad exposed. I want people going to his house. I want his job. I want to find out his new steel building. And you start telling all this, and you say exploit his kids. Everything's off, or nothing's off limits. What he said. Yeah. And then I called Jay out on it, and Jay's like, I didn't say it's all fake, Dale. It's all fake. You're falling for fake stuff. No, Jay, you fall for fake stuff. You can't fake how that whole video. You can't fake it. And I kept it, and I saved the video, and I have it. So if I need it, if it's ever there, I have it. And
Do you think
then,
down there's no chance of just squashing it man to man, like, having a conversation, or you're ready to go?
oh, no. I'm to the point. I'm going back to the old Dale Chance before I ever had kids. I'm not going to talk. That's just it. There's no talking to it. It's just walk up, beat the shit out of him, and go home, and not even break my day. Just keep going on. That's just how it's going to be. I don't care. And Chuck E. Cheese can record this. I don't care. Everybody can go send it to Jay. That's fine. Jay is a coward. He is a coward. He's never gonna face to face with anybody. Just like the only reason he went to box you, Adam, is because he thought he would dominate you. And guess what? He got his feelings hurt. And it was the best thing. Karma was the best that day because he was such a pussy. He tore past all that steroid, all that 500-pound benching for nothing. To go out there and start trying to windmill punch somebody, and then you start punching him in the face, and he tears his pec trying to throw his head away.
Yeah.
I mean, and me personally, if I was you, Lou said it best. Just hit. I'd have just went over and started wailing on his guy. I would have just kept Lou. Lou was the best instigator that day.
He was the best hype. He was the best hype man.
Yeah. And I love Lenny to death, but Lenny was like, "Oh God, he tore it. Who cares if he tore it? That's what he gets for running his mouth."
None of that would have happened if Lou wasn't there, because Lou is the person who was like, "We got to go right now," because the park rangers were fucking getting the cops and everybody involved.
Well, the thing is, Jay wasn't going to start. You know why? Because exactly what happened, he didn't want that to happen. Because if something happened, you beat him up, it would never hear the end of it. The internet's forever. Forever, you're always going to be the Jay Master Slayer. Forever.
The police slayer.
The Jay Slayer. That's it. That's so they want to make action figure dolls of me and Cheryl. That's fine. Then what we'll do is we'll make Jay Slayer T-shirts with you beating him up. Like remember the movie Rocky 2 whenever the Apollo Creed's holding the Italian chicken. Yeah. That's what we'll do with you holding Jay and the Michelin Man.
Well, you have to remember, I never threw a punch.
That's right. You never threw a punch ever. No. You wasn't even fighting back. You were running the whole time.
Remember, I wasn't there. That was a fake alt McCuck account.
Oh, that's I forgot. Dang it, I forgot. We should make sure we should go live with the other McCuck account just to make sure it's not you. You know, to make sure you're telling the truth.
Don't you love that? Don't you? I find that hysterical that you have to prove you're not me. You go live to prove you're not. That still makes me okay.
Man, I don't have enough time for the shit I'm doing now. Let alone 500 accounts. I mean, it's like, man, these guys have no. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these trolls is hilarious. I laugh so hard. It's so funny. But when there's a good
one that they're God, what's the name of the account? Five Chins Cuban. Oh my God, the shit he put when I posted that shit about cringe, YouTube videos. He said something along the lines of, "Is posting videos of me struggling with the Oreo cookie bags, is that okay? Because I'm hurting over here." And I was done laughing.
Well, that's just like Transform X. I mean, that guy, man, the stuff he posts, it's hilarious, man. And then you got to be a freak. He's always going to be great. And Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese puts. I mean, like you know all about him. I know
Yeah.
about him. And I mean, I blocked Chuck E. Cheese because really I need to unblock him because I like him a lot. It's just I figured he was playing both sides, and I got to thinking about it. There's a lot of stuff between him and I that we've talked about
Yeah.
off of this,
Yeah.
and he knows a lot about me, and I know a lot about him,
Right.
and none of that's ever came out. So I can't say that he's playing. I can't say that he's playing Jay against me or me against Jay. I think he's in it just for the mints,
You know
really.
what?
That's how I
What
kind of feel
You
about
know
it.
what I learned about that, and this is my sense on that. That some of these guys are so deep in the weeds that they just roll with it. And they feel like if they excommunicate themselves, that they're going to be a target. So that's what I've learned from talking to some of these guys that will come to me and say, "This is fucked up. Look what they're doing. This is messed up." But they'll never remove themselves from the situation because they feel like then they're going to become a target.
You know, and actually, that's a very good point because one of them that did remove himself a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
he actually a year ago was telling me about. He's like, look, man, I'm not into that going after your family stuff. He said these are the orders we're getting every day. He's like, I'll be at work or at the gym and I'll get this. If I don't respond quick enough, then they think that I'm. And he said, people always say it's McLeod's account. He's like, man, I just got tired of it. He said these people have no lives. And he's like, look, man, it's
You're
just.
talking
He's
about.
like, huh?
I know exactly who you're talking about. I had the same.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm just like, man, I said, look, man, I hate that you even had to deal with this crap. It's just that bad that a 50-something-year-old man is worried about 9 other people's lives because he's such a loser. I mean, it's like, dude, be a loser and just whatever. Go on about your day. Why do you have to wake up in the morning, scratch your little teeny tiny balls and go, oh my God, I wonder what Dale Chance or Adam McLeod or Johnny Bravo's doing today. Let me go ruin my life thinking about what they're doing. It's like, what a sad individual. I left kindergarten 30 something years ago, man. It's like, grow the heck up. He's like the fat kid in the corner that took everybody's lunch. That's what Jay is. He's that
You know
pathetic.
what's
And the bad
what,
thing
what,
is
what
it pisses us off so bad that I mean, like I said, when I was I literally, yeah, I was probably raging bad because I don't like a coward, I don't like a liar, and he's both of those. And I was telling him, he kept, oh, how can I do this? How can I'm like, Jay, here's the thing. When I see you typing, oh, they could fake that. It's not, how can they fake it when they go to Instagram and open your message you just sent them?
that's very
And
hard.
then he's
That's very hard to fake.
exactly. I mean, especially when you have two cell phones. You got one you got an iPhone that you're typing on, and you're filming with the Android.
Yeah.
These two, I'm telling you, man, these guys they have way too much time. And then this guy's like, look, man, he's like, I'm not. He's like, I'm all for busting balls. And he said, I post shit about you all the time. You see it all the time. He said, you actually laugh about it and like it. He said, but this going after your dad, your father, and your ex-wife who has nothing to do with this because I went on and I made a comment on a post that he was in, and I was on Cuban's post. Somebody sent me Cuban's thing, so I commented on it about Jay, and then he got so butthurt, and then boom, there it went. And then just like last night, I'm there. Somebody said Cuban, and I was like, I don't even care. I could care less. I'm going with my girl, and I'm going to hang out. I could care less what's going on over there. I said my piece, and it is what it is. And then everybody sent me Jay's thing this morning, like, watch, every time a car comes up, Jay's turning around looking. He's scared to death. I'm like, good, he needs to be. Because when he sees me face to face, it's going to be a different story.
I believe it. I told people, I said, Dale's not fucking around.
Yeah, and I don't have nothing to lose at this point. What the fuck do I have to
Somebody
lose?
else
What, my
wants to.
business?
Who the hell is this? Whatever. Now go ahead.
Yeah, what do I got to lose? They can't go after my business. I mean, what? Okay. They're trying so hard to find out my business too.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny.
You know what?
I think it's
You know
hilarious.
what's a shame about that is that everybody I have to work with, I'm my own employer, like
Hmm.
employer now, but everybody I work with, like even AEW, I have to have this conversation and try explaining to the Tony Khans of the world in 10 minutes what the piss is. You can't.
No, no. So like I told my business partner, I'm like, this is this is what happens in this realm.
Right.
I said, look, I showed them videos. I said, this is what you can expect. They're like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm
You
like,
always
because they,
get that like side grin from like the person. They're like they just they it's so idiotic that they can't fathom. Like all I break it down to is like online stalking.
yeah, yeah. There you go, pretty much. And like I'm just like, it's a sad world when
Yeah.
people are that involved or that worried about what somebody else is doing. And
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions all the time. Well, Brad and Andrew really they don't like you. And I said, well, if they don't, I said it's pretty weird that we talk a lot all the time. I don't talk to Andrew as much as I used to, but and I know Andrew's Jay's friend. Andrew stays cordial. I have nothing against Andrew for that. I think the world of Andrew.
Right.
Every time I go down there, I make sure a point to go. I mean, shoot, he had COVID, and I went out to lunch
Yeah.
with him
You
because I
told
wanted to see him. I mean, I enjoy Andrew as a friend. Brad, I enjoy Brad as a friend. Brad will be up here in April. Trust me, there'll be Coyote Joe videos and hanging out with old Hillbilly Dale.
yeah.
So I mean, and like when I get to see you, I get to come down there every time I come down there and try. Well, you were sick
I had
last time I couldn't see you when I was down
last time.
there.
Yeah.
You had COVID last time. That's right. But it's I have a general friendship with you guys.
Right.
These other trolls, their name, what do they have any reflection on our relationship? Nothing. They'll always try and put all of us at each other, but we know the truth.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
know how we
it's
know
the
how we really are.
it's the same thing John Bravo told me. He's like, oh, I'll put out there in the world what Andrew and Brad really think of you. I said, go right ahead. Go right. It's nothing I haven't heard before from trolls from years or what I tell myself in front of the mirror. Like it's
Yeah,
nothing.
I saw that.
It's
Yeah, that's a good way to be like that. And with Johnny Bravo, I've never. I mean, the only thing that I could say that he that rubbed him the wrong way is that time I was with Jason and I thought Jason had fake gear and Johnny had done a documentary with Jason's gear and I was like, that's fake gear, man. That's not real. And Johnny got so mad. He's like, man, he's discrediting my work. He's mad because I'm not putting him in the documentary. So I called him. I said, look, man, I don't care that I'm not in the documentary. I said, I didn't know you had all that in the documentary. I said, to me, it looked like it was fake gear. I said, look, man, it's my fault. I'm sorry if you thought I'm not trying to discredit anything you're doing. And he's like, oh, he's like, oh, okay, man. So we actually talked about it, got everything squashed, and never had to mix words since. And then, he had an Eleanor. I bought a couple classic Mustangs, and, that's kind of what we talk about whenever we
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
Mustangs, and, we don't even go into the stupid shit. And I mean, he did message me yesterday about Jay, because Jay was doing the same thing to him, doing the same thing to John Romano. It's like,
yeah.
what in the world does John Romano have to do with any of this? He has nothing to do with the Misfits.
I
Why is he
I
even being
don't
brought
understand.
up?
I don't understand that stuff, and I'm sorry to cut you off. But like, I don't understand. Like, I get a lot of stuff about go after John Romano, and first of all, like, you're telling me to go after somebody doesn't go anywhere. I'm
Yeah,
like, what is? I don't even know. Like, other than being an RX muscle, I don't even know who John Romano is.
yeah, they were talking about stuff that he done. But I care less what he done in 1990. What does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with today?
Right.
Nothing. It's not affecting my life one bit. So why should I care what that dude's doing or what he did 25 years ago?
Yeah, I don't
And
get it.
And then another thing, so I have this one. He was on Joe Piotaro's live the other day and was talking, and he just starts going off on, how could you, abandon your family and all. I mean, look, they have no clue what went on, what happened with Cheryl and I, nothing.
All right.
And the speculation that everybody throws out there, me and Cheryl actually have a very good
Yeah, but
relationship being
that's
divorced.
nobody's business, man. That's your business.
I know it's not, but the problem is they project everything and they throw it out there and then they start trying to bug her, and it has nothing. It has nothing to do with her. And then they're trying to go after my girl now. my girlfriend now, and they're like, oh, who is? It doesn't matter who she is. Yes, she's 51 years. Who cares how old she is? Age is nothing but a number.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I wouldn't trade anything for her. She is a phenomenal person, and we complete each other, and that's why I told her. I said, look, you need to go private. I don't want you involved in this garbage.
Yeah.
And she knows all about all this stuff. She knows all about it. And it's none of their business who or what she is, because I don't want them trying to find her and dig into her past or dig into her family, because they have nothing to do with me.
Oh, well, that's what they're doing right now, probably.
Oh, they are. Oh my gosh, they message. I get message every. Oh, what's your girl's account name? What's her number? What is this? What she look like, bro? I'm not a troll. I just want to see if the rumors are true. I'm like, yeah, her name is D. D what? D's nuts, bitch. I'm like, there you go. Just leave it at that.
That's when they were trying to find pictures of my kid's mom, and I was like, good luck. She's never had a social media account once. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't even have a LinkedIn account, doesn't have any. She's never had a Facebook. So good luck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, at the end of the day, here we are, two grown ass men on a Saturday night sitting here talking about what trolls are doing and what this loser's got these 10 people with 1,400 accounts doing.
Well, I said before, it's like, and either Andrew said this or Brad has said this multiple times. You know this, I know this. Once you're in this, you can never escape it. For another 30 years, they'll be talking about Spanish River Park. They'll be talking about coming down facing Lenny, the Ruby, all this stuff. It'll never go away, ever.
I'm actually thinking about competing in this year's Ruby, by the way. I've actually been cleaning up my diet, and I've actually been training really hard. I've been doing a crap ton of heavy lifting, a crap ton of bodybuilding training with me and Kyle. We got some reels out, but and Samurai Jack, but yeah. So I've really been tossing the idea around just to come back down there and try and get third place again. Yes, third place there.
I told you about AEW, but I know Brad's going up there at the same week AEW's happening.
Yeah, so I was talking to him, and he said he was going to be here, so I won't be able to make that one. But like I said, then if you come to Charlotte, let me know. You can just come stay with me. If you're going to be here for a few days, come stay with me.
Yeah, AEW hasn't been back to the North Carolina area since I think the last time. But the next time it's there, I try to, like, I have this thing where I fly in and fly out. Like, but I gotta add more time to the travel. I just, like, back then I had a full-time job, and then now I left my full-time job. I started my own production company, started my own IT company. So I have flexibility. So definitely for sure.
Well, dude, I'm only like 15 minutes from the airport. So so I'm not far at all. So yeah, like I said, you can just come chill with me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take you to Cody Joe's, and we'll go cow tipping or some redneck stuff that I supposedly do every weekend.
I want to go sit up in the tree.
We can do that. That's it. Yeah, we can go night hunting. We can go shoot some stuff at night.
What I want to do is I want to go up in the tree. I want to jump off and scream, "Yeah, buddy!"
Make sure we'll bring an umbrella so you look like you're trying to fly. We'll make that a Dale Chance driving school tutorial.
There you go.
Now this is how you do it. You get up there, and you jump off and run at the same time. You say, "Yeah, buddy!"
Yeah,
bang! You break your leg, and then you come in third place in the hospital.
All right, man. Well, it's good talking to you, man.
You too, man. It's always a pleasure.
We'll talk, man.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, be easy.
See ya.
Later.
Later.